YouTube, how the heck you doing? This is Corey here with Watcher of Realms. So we are back with another video. So as you can see here, this is picture perfect. This is exactly what I could have asked for this video. This is how 4, maybe 5 units absolutely ruined Guild v Guild. I want you to just take a moment, right? Let me get my microphone a little bit closer to me. Look at this. We're at 49.1 to 50.7. The margin is so close, and we have a couple of attacks left, and they have a couple of attacks left. I've been watching this for the last 2 hours, right? The attacks have gone down. The percentages have stayed the same. Why? This is why. Ingrid. Ingrid, Praetus. This is just ridiculous, right? That team's just crazy, right? But also, Ingrid, Praetus. Ezrin, Ingrid, Troll. Ingrid, Praetus. Ingrid, Praetus. Okay, this one, I took that one out, right? So, Disomi, though. Troll. Disomi, Troll. Ingrid, Praetus. Ingrid, no Praetus. That's why it didn't work. Let's see. Let's just run through it. Ingrid, Praetus. I promise you, every team that is still here, that is still surviving, someone should have challenged this. I don't know why they didn't. Ardea is probably nuking the soul out of everybody. It's probably what it is. Ingrid, I'm not going to get annoying about it. I'm not. But let's also look, right? So we're an Overlord. And then also, they're an Overlord. Now, mind you, here's one of my... This is related to a previous video as well, right? 1307. 1307. 1307. In some way, shape, or form... We are 1305. There's 2 other guilds that are 1305, but we're not matching against the 1305s. That's a separate topic, right? But point is, we're all in Overlord, right? The reason why the Guild v Guild system right now is probably so broken, genuinely just broken. If we were to, where do we even go for that? Ranking rewards, leaderboard. The reason why, as you scroll down, all these teams are basically at the same point thresholds, all the way down to 100. Dude, hold on. All the way down to 200, within 1 point of each other, is probably because of this. It's probably because at a certain point in Guild v Guild, everyone, myself included, right? Myself included. Ignore this team. This is literally just a troll team that I had to set up just for funds. Everybody is running a Praetus Ingrid comp. So what does that mean? You only get to play half of Guild v Guild. At a certain point, you just can't kill Brokir, because Brokir has RNG in his passive. At a certain point, if you have Lily, that also makes it very, very unlikely, because Lily has a free revive every 30, 40 seconds or so, right? If they're using Carnelian, it's about every 10 seconds. And then Brokir also has his shield, his passive, and you're dealing with Praetus and Ingrid gradually ramping up every single time that the fight continues going on. So that is the issue, right? So Moonton, they have to genuinely rethink the map designs for these maps. For example, with Season 5 wasn't that bad. Reason being, it sucked, because everything was so congested. And if you had a Praetus Pelagios comp with constants, yeah, it was kind of nasty. Like, if you didn't have level 5 Necros, you just lost, right? For the most part, you just lost. They can't continue to create Ingrid tiles in Guild v Guild. We are at a point now where, genuinely speaking, it is so common, and obviously not everybody has Praetus and Ingrid, right? Not everybody has Praetus and Ingrid. But the issue is, if you do, you probably also have Rokir, and you definitely have Lily. So that means you have pretty much all the components, as long as there's an Ingrid tile, to run what is basically an unkillable comp. Flat out. And eventually, Moonton will release another unit that is just broken, and that might create another team that is just unkillable. I.e., if you're running a Cyrus, A5 Ezrein, or Lily with with Ymrit and with Anora Boreas, basically unkillable. You can't kill Cyrus. At a certain point, if Ezrein's strong enough, Cyrus is never dying, right? So that's the issue. There's a point where demon soldiers do need to be stronger, and to farm demon soldiers is absolutely ridiculous, like the amount of time that it takes. So Moonton, if you're watching this, this is literally the state of Guild v Guild, and this is really damaging just overall to the health of the game, because, I mean, I would like to keep playing Guild v Guild. I would like for the numbers to not reach 50%, 50%. They did 2 more attacks, they lost. The number is the same, right? And ignore that. I'm not going to show the match, but look. 5, 7, 5, 11, 6. Praetus, Ingrid. I'm going to hop out of this because I don't want to show it. That's my guild. But Praetus, Ingrid. At a certain point, it is just unplayable. It really just is unplayable. So, Moonton, if you have the ability to reconsider how Guild v Guild functions, reconsider the maps that you guys are making to not allow for Ingrid tiles to exist. But then again, it's like, I get it, you can't, right? So you have to go ahead and do some fundamental rebalancing in how demon soldiers work, or how they're acquired. And with that being said, I don't necessarily anticipate Moonton being able to go ahead and revamp how demon soldiers function and how they take damage. Because even though they're going ahead and revamping with the Chaos and the Frost style of Guild v Guild demon soldiers, I don't necessarily think they're going to be strong enough at level 1 to realistically be viable. And I think the acquisition process to make them viable is going to be ridiculous. Like, for example, and I'm kind of ranting, and I apologize, right? But, for example, Demon Soldier, let me see where it is. This dude. Infernal Cleric, he's actually kind of cool. But how do you acquire him? Randomly through Guild v Guild. That's not good. You can play Guild v Guild the entire time and never get this unit. Just like how I remember when Garnets were released, they were a random reward as well, right? And with that being said, they randomly released the Garnets into the Gear Raid 1 pool, which I was fortunate because I was just farming like a ton of Gear Raid 1 because I wanted level 5 Necros, and then I got these dudes level 3, right? But for the longest, it was a random acquisition. So they broke something. Interesting. But yeah, for the longest time, right? We just can't acquire it. So Moonton, please just reconsider if you can how we acquire demon soldiers, how demon soldiers level up, how they scale, how they do damage, something. or just reconsider using Ingrid tiles, right? Long lines of sight maps. It just makes it horrible. Also, please about piercers. Like, piercers should be good. They're unusable in Guild v Guild. So if Ingrid tiles exist, I guess it has to be a piercer tile as well. But you can tell when something's an Ingrid tile. Like look at the map. Like, hold on, let me pull up the map. That screams Ingrid. Screams Ingrid. This screams Ingrid. This screams Ingrid. Right? It's like a tale old as time. Like, if it's a long range, like lane of sight, Ingrid might just be overpowered, and everyone's going to pair her with a unit that slows down other units, makes the tank unkillable, Lily. And then also, the day that Beelzebub gets released, I don't want to see what Beelzebub can do with Ingrid and Praetus. I don't. Because it might just go ahead and break Guild v Guild altogether. And it's already broken. Alrighty. That's all there is. Like, rant's over. Please, anybody that plays Guild v Guild has probably gone against a comp like this, and they just know it's impossible to fight. It's just unkillable, unbeatable, unless you just like farly surpass the tankiness of the units, or they just don't use the right units. Okay. See ya.